Hey there, friends. Welcome back to some more Gabriel Nights into the Father. And when we last left off, we made our way through the twists and turns of the game and all the mysterious intrigue. And we made it, well, we got a lot of scales and we found out that, snakes trying to kill us. And actually, we found out that the museum snake that Dr. Johns has actually possibly one of the snakes that's a part of the killing. And then we came to Madam Moonbeam's place, and she had a snake, and she danced, and she's a hippie, And we got a snake skin out of the cage that we still haven't looked at, so let's go ahead and look at it.
Gabriel magnifies the shed skin from Magenta Moonbeam snake. The snake scales are hued brown. They don't match the scales from Lake Pontchartrain.
Bring ding, bring ding. So that means it wasn't her snake that did it. But I don't remember if we asked her about this. Did we ask her about voodoo code?
Do these symbols mean anything to you?
Ah, the voodoo code. It is very secret, yes. I studied it with my mentor, the great Queen Tabitha.
What's it say?
Really? Great. Can you tell me what it says?
I'm afraid I could never translate this code for an outsider such as yourself, Monsieur Knight.
Well, thanks for nothing, I guess. Well, okay, can I talk to you a little bit more then, lady? Hey, lady!
Certainly.
I need to talk to you, lady. We still have St. John's Eve and the Voodoo Code.
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
St. John's Eve. It is the greatest night of the voodoo year. There is always a traditional conclave on St. John's Eve. Most of our voodoo churches these days hold functions in the church hall. But in the old days, they had ceremonies out in the wild. They wore animal masks and had a huge bonfire and dancing. I used to go when I was an apprentice. Sometimes in the swamp, Bayou St. John. Sometimes at the lake, Lake Pontchartrain.
Sometimes in my house with Twister. I like Twister.
Does Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
I don't know anything about that.
You're a voodoo person. How do you not know anything about the name? You know what? You know what? Never mind.
Have you ever heard of Dambala?
I don't know anything about that.
You have a snake and you don't know anything about You are useless, lady. Useless.
Are you sure you can't translate this for me?
As I said, it's a very secret code.
Surely you can see I'm trying to learn as much as I can here. How am I supposed to become an insider if you won't help me?
That's true, I suppose. Perhaps if the Loa were to grant you their approval.
How do I get that?
By using my Ask the Loa machine.
A machine?
Yes. A spirit guided me to it years ago in an antique store. And its guidance has never faltered. I trust it implicitly.
I see.
The spirits often work in mysterious ways, Mr. Knight.
So, like,
if you aren't willing to ask.
next thing you know,
No,
you're going to
why
tell
ask,
me that the
let's
spirits
see.
led you to that casino, and that they told you to tell all your friends to show up. Well, we have a bajillion letters and a start thing. So, here we go. So we need to spell a word out of this whole thing. So, and the best way to, because it'll change some of the words. And sometimes the best thing to do is to just go through and hit all the levers, figure out which one changes what, and then go back from there. And then you can keep going from there. And let's see. It's supposed to spell out trusted friend. And you flip all the levers until you can get it right. But if this ends up taking too long, I'll go ahead and I'll just cut to where I almost get it. You know, as you do. So, I need to get... There's this one. That's this one. And so I need to flip this one, which is... And what changes with this one? So we have trusted. Now we need to get friend. Friend. And I need a D. And an R. Beep. And beep. We did it! That was easy.
Well done, Mr. Knight. You have earned the Loa's approval.
Truly, it's an honor. Now, about that code.
Let me see.
My machine says that you are my friend now.
Well, some of it is
She's the one that stares at an
nonsense, I'm
orange
afraid.
juice box because it says
Whoever wrote
concentrate.
this wasn't very good.
That's all right. Just tell me what it says.
It starts with a D and J. Then, okay, this part makes sense. It says, Conclave tonight, bring... Well, then there's more nonsense. F-W-E-T-K-A-S-H. The last bit might mean cash. Fresh cash? Doesn't make much sense.
That's okay. Thanks. D.J. Conclave K-A-S-H. It's a start.
I'm happy I could help.
Bling ding bling ding.
Gabriel gazes at the translation of the code that Moonbeam gave him, pondering who wrote it and for whom it was meant.
So we have DJ Conclave tonight. Bring Fwet Cash. Now, if we were paying attention in Hartridge's little lecture he was doing, we would know that the Fwet Cash is actually a whip. And where's the only place so far that we've seen a whip? Well, it was at the museum. And who runs the museum? Dr. John. Sounds like somebody knows more than they say they do. But now I believe we are all done here with her. So we need to head out. Where's the exit? Catch you later,
I guess
girl.
I'll be going now.
As you wish. The only
Whoa!
vice is the absence of love.
Whoa!
I've heard that. Bye now.
She is possessed. And I believe we have enough information now to tell little old Mr. Mosely that what the hell?
3 nearly identical little girls are playing jump rope outside the station. There's something a little off about them.
Huh. Neat. I believe we're going to be able to give some evidence to Mr. Mosely
Hey.
that we
Right.
can continue,
Come
that
on
we
in.
can reopen the case. So, buddy, about that whole case. Wait, was I supposed to go here first? I may have skipped a step. I may have skipped a step. It's possible. I don't think I did, though. So let's go ahead and talk to Mosely.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer.
Can I
Ask
hip
away.
thrust again? Oh, we have the deaths.
Crash is dead.
What? What are you talking about? I let him go yesterday.
Yeah, and I watched him die yesterday at St. Louis Cathedral.
At the cathedral? I guess he was trying to get a last-minute A-train ticket, huh? Poor
For the
bastard.
A-team.
I think you should go find the body at the morgue. He was killed by the voodoo cult. Crash said.
Crash said? What, he mentioned pink elephants, too?
Aren't you going to investigate?
Civilians. Did you actually see someone kill him?
No, actually I was with him when he died. Could have been poison, though.
Yeah, well, when they get the body in, they'll do a quick autopsy, standard procedure. If it's anything other than an overdose, I'll get a report.
How do you find the voodoo in an autopsy? Does it show up like, I don't know, little people with like dancing or something? I don't know, it's like little elves.
There's been another murder. A professor at Tulane.
Oh, Christ. You're not gonna start this again.
Just listen. This guy's name is Hartridge. He was a professor in African Studies at Tulane. Well, yesterday I went to see him about the voodoo murders case. He agreed to do some research for me. He calls me up this morning, tells me he's on to something big, and when I get over there, the guy's dead.
You know, you're really getting your ass in a sling over this thing, Knight.
It's not about me. Look, Hartridge's death looked just like Crash's. I'm telling you, they were both murdered, and by the same people who did the voodoo murders.
Did either Crash or this new guy have their hearts ripped out?
Well, no.
No.
Then there's nothing to link either to the voodoo murders M.O. Besides that, the case is closed, Knight. If the coroner's report asks for a homicide investigation on either of these guys, fine. But it's not going to be related to the voodoo murders case unless we find damn good reason to do so.
Well, gee, let me
But
do
I'm the
your
link to the
job
voodoo
for
murders
you.
Case. Don't you see?
Look, if I were you, I wouldn't repeat that to anyone. Because if I weren't an old friend of yours, I might take you seriously and lock you up. As it is, maybe you should start keeping your mouth shut and not involve other people with this shit if you think it's so dangerous.
Yeah, you're gonna reopen that case, buddy
How
boy.
can I convince you to reopen the case?
I already told you.
We need.
You still need to prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland. Prove that they're a threat. Get me a lead on the cult.
Right, so, well, let's go ahead and do that. Well, we do have all the notes from Hartridge. Where's the notes? That explain about the voodoo and the Veve.
I have this. Take a look at these notes. They're from Professor Hartridge at Tulane University.
Yeah? What about him?
They confirm that the pattern for the murders is of African origin.
This is interesting if it's true. But how do you know he had the right pattern?
Because we know, because we had one remade.
You know those marks you found around the murder victims? This is a reconstruction of the whole pattern.
What makes you think this is an accurate reconstruction?
Well, I borrowed the partial patterns from your police file and did my own tracing of the pattern at Lake Pontchartrain. An architectural artist reconstructed it for me from the partials.
Really? So this is the whole pattern, huh? That's
How
pretty
could
good
you not
work,
think to
Knight.
try and get the
So
pattern
that's what
figured
Hartridge
out?
used, huh? I guess his analysis is on target then. Okay, the murders were committed by a legitimate voodoo cult. You proved your point.
So now we need to give him evidence of there being actual threat and a something else. And to something else.
The newspaper clipping describes a ritualistic murder in Congo Square. It includes a rough sketch of a pattern found around the body. The sketch is very similar to the reconstructed Veve.
So maybe that will convince you,
This is a
Mosely.
newspaper clipping about a murder committed in 1810. That murder is an exact match of the voodoo murders, right down to the marks around the bodies.
This does sound like the same MO. 1810.
1810. They killed then, they're killing now. Isn't that proof that they're likely to kill again? Or that they are a threat?
Okay, they're a threat.
And last but not least, we need to show him some sort of, like, connection to people in the city, I guess.
I have these two snake scales. One's from the crime scene at Lake Pontchartrain. The other's from a snake in the Voodoo Museum on Ursulines and Charters.
Is this common? Do they all look alike?
Not at all. They're both constrictor scales and the coloring is the same. A python's coloring is quite individualistic.
A python?
That's right. Hardly an indigenous snake to Louisiana. Somehow, some way, the Voodoo Museum's python was at the scene of the Lake Pontchartrain murder.
Well, I'd call that a lead, all right. It definitely suggests certain lines of inquiry at the museum. Not bad work, Knight. Okay, I'll reopen the case. I hate to admit it, but you've done some pretty good detective work here, Knight.
I know, so basically
Well, you
I'm
know
doing
what
your
they say,
job.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Well, point taken. Glad I could inspire you. I'll check around the department, but I have a feeling I'm on my own. I'll be in touch. Meanwhile, you stay out of trouble. I mean it.
I'll try. Thanks, bud.
Thanks, homie.
Now lay low and let me handle this.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah,
crawl on the ground.
fine.
I'm totally not going to go to a crime scene murder thing or anything. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave now. Go get a pizza. Going to get a pizza. See you later, friends. Hello. Okay, there we go. We are leaving now. And that should be everything that we have to do for the whole day. So let's go and get on our bike and head home.
It's getting late.
Oh.
Gabriel decides to go home for the day.
Never mind. He decides to go home for the day. Screw me trying to figure it out. And that's the end of day 5. What's going to happen with day 6?
Damn.
And they keep getting weirder and weirder. Where's my paper? Day 6. And then the night became as day. I glimpsed nature's reddest claw. Why do I not read? The face of fear looked back at me as I gazed into the maw. There, I said it. Ha! I finished it before it disappeared, even though my reading is terrible. I will never get a job reading. Let's see what this day has in store for What the Fuck.
What is it? What's wrong?
Gabriel!
I see it, Grace. Hold on. There's no one in the shop, and I know there's no one in the back. It's okay.
Okay? Gabriel, that thing is still barely alive. How could someone do this?
With a knife, maybe?
Oh, God, don't even start. We should call the police.
No, I'll take care of it.
But, Gabriel...
I said I'll take care of it. Why don't you go get some coffee? I'll have it all cleaned up before you get back.
They know where you live now.
Shh, it's gonna be fine. Now go on.
Day 7. No.
Are you sure you don't want to go home? I could close the shop today.
No, I'd rather keep busy. I'll be fine. At least that creepy guy is gone. Not that they aren't still watching. Anyway, speaking of keeping busy... Gabriel!
I see it. Stay back.
Special delivery, it seems.
Special delivery! Probably go pick up the envelope. Take a look at it, maybe. I don't know.
It's just an envelope.
I can see that.
You're just an envelope. Oops, no, I want to pick it up. Bling, ding, bling, ding. Well, let's see what it is.
Gabriel opens the envelope and finds a note from Mosely and a small brass key. Mosley's note says,
Gabe, I have to go underground with this thing. It runs wide and deep throughout the department and the city board. I'm already being watched. It was suggested that I take vacation time, so I am, at least as far as they know. Try to keep out of this. It's too hot for a rookie. Just in case, I'm sending you my office key. You might find some useful things there. P.S. I think this note will look great in the book, don't you? Make sure you save it.
the note is signed by Mosely.
I think this note will look pretty awesome. Don't you think it'll be awesome? It'll totally be awesome. So let's go ahead and take a look at our horoscope for the day, of course. Make sure that we've got everything under control. You are dead! Oh, okay, that's bad.
Times dated June 23rd, 1993. Gabriel finds an article about St. John's Eve. It discusses the day's Catholic roots and its adoption by voodoo devotees. In the early to mid-1800s, St. John's Eve was celebrated with elaborate voodoo gatherings at Lake Pontchartrain, Bayou St. John, and other sites outside the city. These days, the day is commemorated commercially in some of the local shops, and a few churches still hold a St. John's Eve Mass. Despite his better judgment, Gabriel reads his horoscope.
It can only get better from here.
Today you will either die, or your life will change forever.
Sure, why not? It is St. John's Eve. They'll be out tonight for sure. But where?
Bling, ding, bling, ding. Alright, Gracie. It's time for us to talk.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
What's up? We don't have anything. No messages. No nothing. Just chilling. So, never mind then. So we've got a key from Mosely to go into his office, and we do know that people are meeting up today, but we don't know where. So those are a couple things that we need to figure out. But how can we do that? Good question. Huh. Well, we have that letter from Mosely, so we may as well head out and go check things. I mean, why not?
I'm going out for a bit.
Be careful.
She's starting to care a little bit more. So let's head to the PD and see what we can find out. We have creepy girls and guy with the drummer and a car now.
An abandoned car sits in front of the police station. One tire removed.
Well, damn. Let's go in. Go into Mosely's office and see what we can find.
You got no business back there now. Move along.
Excuse me? I do have business back there? Like, totally I do.
I'm here to see Detective Mosely.
We don't have a Detective Mosely here.
What? I've seen him here all week.
Listen to what I'm saying. We don't have a Detective Mosely on the force.
That's not weird. So, I'm guessing we're going to have to find another way into his office, which is right there. And what is this? What's going on here? What? Can I move
Gabriel
it?
doesn't know how to hotwire a car, and if he did, he wouldn't want that one.
Come on, man. It's like a Vista Cruiser. It's like the best thing ever. Just go ahead and take it. Well, let's see what's under here by the blood stain, because that's not gross or anything. I'm a drumming.
Oh, God. That's awful.
Ew.
That dead bird doesn't look like an accident. A warning? I get the feeling this tire iron wasn't just used to take off that tire.
Oh, that's gross.
It might come in handy.
Bling, ding, bling, ding. So now we need to go to actually someplace where we haven't been yet, which is to the alleyway. Interesting little side bit.
That window leads to Mosely's office.
So I guess we can just go ahead and use the tire iron to prop that bitch up.
All right, I'm going in.
You're not going to fit through that little... Oh, never mind. You're opening it up. Especially, you're not going to fit through that little tiny thing there, Gabe. Not going to happen. And so we have the I think that was his it was his desk key, right? I believe it was his desk key.
Mosley's desk has more growing on it than his head.
I believe it was his desk key. Let's find out.
It's locked.
And it is. So let's open it up and see what we can find. Come on. Bring ding, bring ding. We have some mints. A donut. The men's hair. the hair guild for men. Where I'm not just the founder, I'm also a client or whatever.
There's a tracking device in the drawer.
Well, I guess we're going to take it.
This tracker might come in handy.
And it will come in handy. How in handy will it come? Wait, what's going on? This may be loud.
The hell was that?
It's a good question, Gabriel. And it was creepy. And I'm sorry if that was loud. But next time, friends, when we come back, we will dig deeper into Gabriel Knight and see what's going to happen. Till then, y'all take care. Of course, have a good one.